So this is for all you penny and cent fans out there, and I hope you enjoy this one. But we're going to talk about a specific date in these wonderful little coins that will live on in infamy as being one of the most widely collected and wanted coins in numismatics. Okay, and that's the 1909 date. Okay, specifically the San Francisco minted coins. Now you have a number of options, I'll be absolutely honest, and depending on the grade you'll even have even more options. But the 1909S penny, whether it's the Indian head cents or the Lincoln cents, they're all fantastic coins, and they're all must-haves when it comes to either a beginning collection, and it doesn't matter what grade you get, or an advanced collection. Because the advanced collections obviously are going to be a little bit more pricier. There's more of a discerning taste when it comes to these coins. Problem-free, has to show more red, more leg, you know what I mean. But first up, okay, we got to understand 1909 is a bridge date in history that separates and completes the Indian head series of coins, which, by the way, is one of the most popular around. Okay, even today, people look for these in varying grades. It doesn't matter, and people are filling albums at record pace. But the Indian head cent ended, and then brought on the beginning of the 1909 series of Lincoln cents. Okay, we'll get into that here in a second. But what exactly is the best buy? Okay, you have three options. All right, you have the 1909S Indian head cent that you see here. By the way, the 1908S is the first copper cent to feature a mint mark right on the coin, which is pretty cool. It's on the reverse underneath that wreath, so you have an S right there. The 1909S Lincoln cent, and then the 1909S VDB with Mr. Brenner's initials on the reverse. All right, you have three options. Okay, the first one is the Indian head cent, and just to give you a little bit of data on this particular coin, the mintage is small. Okay, it's puny, 309,000. It seems like a lot, but when you take into consideration the mintages today on regular circulating coinage that are in 9 digits, okay, hundreds of millions, if not a billion coins produced of various dates. So this is a really minuscule amount of coins made for this 1 year. Here's what you need to understand, okay, and for the subject of this video, I'm going to use mint state 62 as a roundabout, 62, 63 as a roundabout grade for all the coins. And all the coins, as you can see, are graded because they have the little plastic clips on the edge of the coin. Okay, so this particular example is a mint state 62 brown. All right, and it's a relatively middle of the road common grade for this coin. Coins a grade higher with more red are a lot tougher. They're exponentially more rare. So for this coin right here in this grade, you're going to be looking somewhere in the $1,000 to $1,200 range. Okay, which is pretty reasonable if you're looking to up your ante, so to speak, into getting into a mid-grade, a little bit higher grade type set. All right, and of course, at this grade level throughout the whole series, it poses some really good challenges. All right, so this is your first option. Okay, it's going to be the lowest mintage out of all three coins. Up next is the 1909 Lincoln. This is without the initials on the reverse. Okay, this is one that's very attainable in the 62. The example you see here, in spite of that black little smudge thing on the obverse of the coin, is a mint state 63 through PCGS. Okay, and this one is also a red brown. So it's a little bit better of a grade type because it does have a little bit more red showing. But for this coin right here, where 1.825 million copies were made at the time, and willing to bet there's not 1.825 million left out there, there's probably a little bit less than that. It's certainly a great choice at this grade level, as these coins in this particular grade level have sold in the $200 to $300 range. All right, but what does it all mean for its long-term investability? Okay, not so much investability, but for your hobby, you buy the coin. Let's say, God forbid, something happens in the end. What will get you the most money? What will ensure long-term kind of value? All right, so the last one, without a doubt, is most popular. Okay, it's the 1909S VDB Lincoln. This is the one that you've read about in red books. You've seen online. You've seen photos of it all over the place. It is the coin. It's the king of kings of coins when it comes to key dates. Okay, this is by far one of the most sought after in all grade levels, whether it's AG to good all the way up to the highest mid-state standard coins. There were 484,000 copies of this coin made, so it's just slightly higher than the Indian. Coins in this price range again are around $1,000 to $1,200, and these are all based off of actual realized sales off of eBay, Heritage, Great Collections. I've pulled all my resources, and coins have sold pretty regularly in this price range. So if you had to take your pick, all right, and really there's no real wrong answer, it's just a matter of which one will ensure some long-term investability. The coin is going to be stable in its price. The 1909S VDB today is the gold standard of the trio of 1909S coins. It's already high in price, but it's a coin that if you bought today, you will ensure the actual value of the coin over the course of a decade or two or three, however long you decide to keep the coins in your collection. This one will sell at or higher. Next would be the 1909S Indian. This is going to be what I call the sleeper coin. It's got a lesser mintage at 309,000. The price is on par with the VDB, but I feel like that this is a coin that'll pick up steam in the next X amount of years. I'm figuring 10 years or more, as more people come into the hobby. It might be a digital world in 10 years where there's no more coins to be found, and that's going to make all the coins of this age more tougher to attain. All right, and more people are going to want to pick them up. And finally, if you're looking for key date on a budget, the 1909S no VDB Lincoln Cent is going to be right there in your wheelhouse of affordability. The problem with this date of coin, all right, is that it is easily overshadowed by its VDB brother. If you had this coin, and if you had a VDB coin of the same grade, more people will pay more money for the VDB than they would this one, because it's a lot more common. It's not as desirable because it is more common, and it's just the whole legend of the Victor David Brenner initials on the reverse just makes that coin worth it, in my opinion. At 5 times the price, absolutely, I would certainly buy that above the regular 1909S. But I wanted to talk about the trio of 1909s. It seems like I was kind of like all over the place for a second, but this is a date that I'm very passionate about, and I wanted to talk about it as being one of the elite dates in coin collecting. And whatever you choose, okay, the number one key is to buy the best grade you can for the money. I can't stress that enough. If you there's nothing wrong with buying lower grade pieces, to fulfill like a type need or whatever. It really depends on what your budget is. But if you found the best coin that you can for the money, and you do a little bit more research than normal on something like this, rather than just impulse buying it, then you'll do fine. All right, and keep an eye out on those raw examples. Again, this is a coin I would buy graded all day long at this grade level. The raw coins are raw for a reason, because grading is such a huge thing today that if there are raw examples out there of these coins at this grade level. They might have already tried to send it to a third-party grader, and who knows what happened. You know, it might come back as a discolored coin, possibly cleaned. So you want to take into consideration your investment. If you're going to spend $1,000, buy a graded coin. It's not going to make too much of a difference in that regard. So if you like today's agenda on the 1909S cent date, all right, it was a lot of fun, and you know, I encourage you to hit the like. You know, give me a great big thumbs up if you enjoy the content today, and feel free to subscribe to Blue Ridge Silverhound if you haven't done so. You'll gain access to all the newest content as they're made available by me, and I appreciate your guys' time. I hope you enjoyed this video, and keep hunting, keep stacking, keep searching, and enjoy the hobby. Take care.